Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So we'll be reviewing the second episode of House of the Dragon. The episode is called The Rogue Prince, which is referring to Daemon, and let's quickly get into it. Alright, so we finally got the opening titles, which I was already super excited about, but now we have them. So let's quickly let me explain you what these titles are about, so you get a little context what this is referring to. And these titles are mostly representing the family tree of House Targaryen. Alright, so it opens with and it also shows blood, which is apparently they took the idea of bloodline too seriously. So the first, whatever that is Aegon and his circlet, and then the blood goes towards his two sister wives, which you see, Rhaenys and Visenya. Yes, sister wives. He was married to his sisters. One of them was Rhaenys, the other one was Visenya. He had a child with Visenya. His name was Maegor, but here we only see the blood going towards Rhaenys's circlet. Let's call them circlet, and then the blood goes forward, and here Rhaenys' child was called Aenys. And then he had 5 children. Most of them died, but he had 2 children, Jaehaerys, the first king you saw, and Alysanne, his sister. They married each other, and then they had 13 kids. Most of them died, but all of them died, but yeah, 2 of them had children, Balon and his sister wife Alyssa. They had Viserys and Daemon, the brothers that you see. Then we see House Aaron, Emma, and Viserys having 1 child. We see the sigil. I think this is a little drawing that represents, the little carving that represents the Dance of the Dragons, the civil war which is about to happen. And yeah, and of course I think the entire thing is inside Dragonstone. Last time we saw in the finale, we saw King's Red Keep, but this is Dragonstone. Let's move forward. Alright, so the episode begins with the crab feeder. He's a pirate from Free Cities, and he is brutalizing stepstones. The entire scene was very visceral, and shot very well. The crab thing kinda freaked me out, but yeah, done well. Moving forward, so misogyny and patriarchy at its finest. The entire idea of the council not listening to, how when you're heir to the throne, you like trained from the very beginning to rule, apparently. But here we see most of these men being uncomfortable listening to Rhaenyra's advice, which is actually a very good advice, showing force through dragons. So this pirate can be scared of. It will happen eventually, because Daemon is going to take Caraxes, fly to Stepstones, and solve the entire scenario. But the entire scene was a little, it made me awkward, so that means it was done very well. Corlys Velaryon, he's also, now you can see the players who are going to be in the Dance of the Dragons. I'm not going to spoil it as of now, but you see things branching out, and you'll also see Corlys and his wife Rhaenys going towards supporting a certain branch which is about to happen later in the show. And his concerns when it comes to Viserys are somewhat accurate, because like I said in the last review, Viserys is slightly weak when it comes to ruling. He's not strong-handed when it comes to, very amiable when it comes to solving problems of the realm. And that's why keeping Daemon close to him was a great advice. I first want to mention the entire scene where they choose the 7th Knight of the King's Guard. The pieces that the pieces that represented the knights were so good. The production designs is absolutely immaculate and amazing, and I'm glad that just it just feels good when the production design is great. Which Game of Thrones it lagged, but here we have no problem. And yeah, the entire thing where Rhaenyra is where Rhaenyra is almost gushing over Kristen Cole is amazing. They're gonna have a thing. Let's hope you see it. Yeah, Alicent and Viserys. They're kind of falling in love. It seems like, or people get scandalized when they see older men marrying girls as young as 15 or 12. But that's medieval times, and that used to happen. So prep yourself for all of these things because I guess reminds me of Walder Frey. Walder Frey had 15-year-old wife. I think it was his 7th or 8th wife. So it's a very common thing. So yeah, prepare yourself because you're gonna see a lot more worse than this. And yeah, Alicent, I wasn't expecting it to be this quick, but Jaehaerys and Alicent, they're quickly building their relationship, and it's good. It's nice. It's going right. It's right where it's supposed to be. The entire Sept of Baelor scene where Alicent and Rhaenyra pray. It was again done well. Slightly boring. Those are the parts I don't like, but again the dynamic is being built up, and I like it. And as you can all see, in the future it'll soon break. Colerys and Rhaenys offering their little daughter to King Viserys. Yeah, I don't think that would have worked, but yeah, you can see even Colerys slightly Machiavellian and trying to seize the opportunity, seize whatever power and opportunity he can get to. As the episode says itself, he wants to be close to the crown and wants some kind of power, which apparently he will get, but I'm not gonna spoil it. But yeah, that's gonna happen. Alright, there are two scenes that I absolutely loved in this episode, and one of them was, let's get ahead. One thing I'm glad about here is that they finally mentioned that King Viserys was Balerion's rider, because I didn't want to spoil it in the last review, but here we are. Yes, he was the last. When he was kid, he used to ride Balerion. I find it extremely odd that Balerion had such different dragon riders. He rode Aegon first, who was calm and collected. Then he apparently chose Arya, a little girl to. We'll discuss Arya some other time. He chose Arya, a 9-year-old girl, to be his mount. And then we have Viserys, who's a very amiable man. Such different people of different personalities. Balerion has chosen to be his rider. So it's funny, and I'm glad they mentioned it. The entire scene of Lena Velaryon talking to King Viserys was slightly disturbing, but yeah, done very well. And yeah, coming back to my favorite scene where Rhaenys and Rhaenyra talk, and the dialogues were immaculate. They were on point, and Rhaenys is the queen who never was, is gonna be everyone's favorite character in the future. And yeah, I'm glad her casting is perfect. She acted very well, whoever the actress is, and I'm glad they chose her. And yeah, I'm super excited for it because her role is gonna be amazing in the future. I hope we see her dragon soon. I want to tell you all something about Daemon, which is very clearly obvious in the books. So I think everybody's initial reaction to Daemon was that he's a psychopath, a sociopath who can do anything for the Iron Throne, which to most extent is true. However, he's not what you think he is. He loves his family, he loves his brother, he also loves his niece, and he's never gonna harm them in any extent. Sure, he can manipulate them, which is very hard, but yeah, he loves them, and it was clearly obvious this episode that he's just very mercurial in a sense that he took Dragonstone, which it doesn't even belong to him, but he did. He just does these little things to get everybody's attention. Then people call him out for it, and he's like fuck it, I don't want it, you take it back. And he always does this, and it's hilarious. He's gonna do it quite a lot of time. He's gonna act like a kid, stupid childish kid, then he's gonna come back to his brother like, I'm sorry, I didn't want to do it, blah 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 blah, please give me attention. He's amazing. Coming back to my favorite scene, my second favorite scene, that was the entire scene where Otto Hightower goes to Dragonstone and he meets Daemon. That was a great scene. You see what I talked about Daemon just now, that actually happened. Daemon wouldn't have hurt Otto Hightower either, and when the clouds parted and Rhaenyra came up, that scene was absolutely amazing. For once I thought that's Vhagar. We also talked about Vhagar in this episode. They also talked about Vhagar in this episode. That was great. But that wasn't Vhagar. That was Syrax, Rhaenyra's dragon, and the way she talked, and she quickly dissipated the tension among everybody and took the dragon egg, Dreamfire's dragon egg from Daemon, was amazing, and I absolutely loved the scene. Dragonstone looked fucking amazing. It's huge and it's big. I'm glad they used the same set for that. We also saw Caraxes and he looked huge. Just want to remind everybody that Caraxes is now one of the biggest dragons in Westeros, second biggest dragon in Westeros after Vhagar. Vhagar is like 3 times bigger than Caraxes, but but he doesn't have a dragon rider. She doesn't have a dragon rider, not now at least. But the entire scene was great, the dialogues were great, the acting was great, Daemon being Mercurial was great, Otto Hightower being Otto Hightower was great, and Rhaenyra being Rhaenyra was great. Criston Cole calling out Daemon and reminding him that he unhorsed him was also funny. So this scene was absolutely amazing. Let's come to the finale of the episode, where Viserys decided to marry Alicent, and that was a little, I find that was slightly abrupt. I thought they'll ease into it, but he announced it was inevitable. Now you see what Iron Throne does. It's gonna break one of the sweetest friendships in the show, that is Alicent and Rhaenyra, and you can already see the seeds of the Dance of the Dragons being put everywhere, and it's gonna be a bloody affair. And now in the finale, what else do we have? Daemon and Colaris talking, and Colaris trying to convince him that they're second sons and they need to cease power and do things accordingly. And again, Daemon pointed out that he can say whatever he wants to say about his brother, Colaris can't, and that was amazing. So overall, this episode was amazing. I loved it. The show is going absolutely and amazingly good. It's going strong, and I'm super excited for it. I don't know what are they gonna do in the next episode. We'll hopefully see Caraxes in action. It'll be fun. So solid. Again, the thing I love the most about this show is the production design. Everything looks amazing down to the minute little details, and excited for it. Thank you to coming to my review, and please like and subscribe. Namaste. Bye.